going on, people? All right, so I want to give you another little story time, and thank you to one of my subscribers. He was like, "You're a good storyteller." I don't think I am, but I like to just document, things that happen in my life. So I want to tell you something. I want to tell you the story of the time my mother left the keys at work. She left the keys at work, and we had to go through hell and beyond to get them. So the main characters in this story are my mother, me, my brother, and an elderly man who we don't know, and 3 white kids who were skateboarding. All this is going to come into play very soon. And this can't be a main character, but we'll just say passengers on a SEPTA train. Illustrations by Sam Cassell. Okay, here we go. Here's story time for you. So me and my brother, and I want to just throw this in here. My brother was like my best friend because I didn't have any friends in school. I didn't hang out with nobody other than him. So he was like my best friend. And the weird thing about it is when my voice finally broke, I think all the time that was spent with him, I began to talk like him because I thought about it the other day. We both sound just the same, like voice-wise. We have the same voice. And I think that's because I didn't talk at all in school and I didn't have anybody I considered a friend. So all my time that I spent was with him. So I feel like I picked up on his way of talking because we sound just the same, like when we speak. But because somebody said it was a rapper that talks like me a little bit. But out of everybody, I think me and my brother have the same voice. But one day we're coming home from so my dad drove the bus called the 57 bus that goes to Whitman Plaza. I believe it probably still does, and it goes to Fern Rock Transportation Center. That's where we get on the bus at. So I remember as soon as we got on the bus, we got off, and my mom was outside. She was outside. Now, she would be she would always beat us in the house. She would always be there before us because the bus that we took, and I'm just thinking about everything when I was 10 as I'm talking, but when we would try to get home, she would always beat us because the bus would be departing at 6:08. It would leave at 6:08. So we got on the bus with our dad, and he would always he would drive us from his bus, like his job, the depot where the buses were, all the way to Northwest Philly. So we talking South Philly to Northwest Philly. So she would beat us. We would get home probably like 6:20. I don't think 6:30. Probably 6:20, 6:30. We would miss The Simpsons because The Simpsons was our show back then. That was a show we would watch when we get home, like before our dad was driving us, like taking us home. So all we see is our mom outside. I remember we were like, it was a Friday. I remember it was a Friday. It wasn't a Thursday. It was a Thursday. It was definitely a Thursday. Cause if it was a Friday, I wouldn't be so damn worried about like shit. Like if it was a Friday, I'll be a little more relaxed. But I know for a fact it was a Thursday. And my mom, when she would get paid every other week, we would always eat out at either Papa Nick's, 7-Eleven, or Gaetano's. I don't know if Gaetano's is still open, but we would eat out. And I remember that day, and I got a good memory. I had a Bahama Mama and I'm sorry I used to eat meat back then, but I had a sausage from 7-Eleven. I didn't like the hot dog, so I would get the Bahama Mama or I would get the hamburger bite. I got one of those. I ate that on the train. And I guess when she got home, she realized she didn't have the keys. She left them at her job. So that's good that she had access to her office. Because imagine if they locked us we were just locked outside for the whole night. We had to sleep outside, but she was like, I left the keys at the job, so we had to go all the way from Northwest Philly to the University City, because her job was at where University of Penn is. That's where her job was. She worked at Penn Towers at the time. So, you know, we had to get on the bus. So we just got home, and then we had to get on the next 57 towards Fern Rock. We had to get on that, and then we had to catch the train. So I don't remember nothing exciting about getting on the 57. But I will tell you this: as soon as we got on the train, because the local train and the express, they ran practically all day. I just remember the express train will stop running. It didn't run on weekends, so we had to get on the local on the weekends, and it was slow. But all I remember was, as soon as we were underground, it was either Olney, Erie, or one of the two stations. We were stuck underground to the point where I fell asleep. I had my hot dog in my lap, and I fell asleep. And my favorite seat to sit on the train was that individual seat. I don't know where everybody's from, but when you get on the train, a subway, you get like the seats that are connected, the two together, incorporated together, the three incorporated together. Some have the one seat, the one individual seat. I like to get on that. I like that seat. So we were stuck on the train. It was a Thursday. I don't remember having any homework like that, because my dad would take us to the library and we would do all that beforehand. But we were stuck underground. And then all I remember was waking up like maybe 20 minutes later, and they were like, we're finally moving. So I was like, damn, we gotta go. So we gotta wait. We have to go to we gotta catch like the either, I know this as an adult now, but we would have to get off 15th Street and get on like the L train. If you don't know what the L train is, if you ever watch Rocky, that train that you saw on the overpass, like near the billboards, like the one where the gym was, that train that rides under the gym, that's the L train, the Market Frankfurt line. So we got on that train, I believe, or we could have got on the trolley, because all I remember was this: her job was University City. So when we got off the train, when we got on like the L train, I remember it was when we got up the steps or as we're coming back. When we got up the steps, I remember we got up the steps, it was this old man that was just sitting on the steps, and we asked him what happened, like what. And my mom was busting out laughing when this happened. Not the guy laughing, but what I'm about to tell you, she was just laughing. We never forgot that. So this guy, this black dude, he was really old. He was just sitting down, and we saw him. And when we asked the guy what happened, he said he fell. Like, I guess he fell down the stairs. I believe he was either on the bottom or the top. He must have been on the top, but he fell down the stairs. And when the guy, we were asking anything we could do for you, you could help. I don't know why my mom laughed at this, but he just said, man, you done all you could do. You done all you could do, man. I don't know what the fuck is funny about that, but she laughed about that. The man fell, and we didn't want to go to I guess he didn't want to go to the hospital. But as soon as we walked away, we heard like a siren, like the ambulance. And we were like, damn, that must be for him. Maybe somebody called the ambulance. So we made it into the building. Just to give you a long story short, we made it to the building. We got the keys. And I remember these white kids were skateboarding, and my mom was like, gnarly dudes. That's not funny. But my mom was just like, when the guy fell, I remember she said, this has been Freaky Friday. Because I'm thinking to myself, it had to be on a Thursday. It was no way it could have been on a Friday. But she said Freaky Friday. So that's why I'm thinking it had to be on a Friday. But, yeah, that's the story. We got the keys. I ate a lukewarm hot dog, a lukewarm weenie, and she got the keys. And after that day, I don't think she ever left her keys at work again. But the good thing about that is when we got older, we got our own set of keys. So anytime if that were to happen, she'll just say, hey, I need one of you guys' keys. And that's the story. The end.